All right. Happy Wednesday. All right. I just wanted to show some of the paint pours that I've done in this past week or week and a half that are with the apple barrel pouring medium. And so this is just what a surprise how beautifully these dry. This is with this apple barrel pouring medium. And I've done a few videos on this, quite a few actually. And I have several videos coming out here in the coming days. I did several different techniques. I did on some plaques. This was the ring pour, the video that came out already. And then I have a video coming out today of another one, and I'll show you that. But this is dried, and this is how beautiful and bright they dry with that apple barrel pouring medium. So this is the swipe one that I did. Now this one is mostly dry. You can kind of see there's a little bit of not quite dry in the middle, so I'm not going to touch it too much, but just how bright these dry. It's crazy. And this is apple barrel paint with apple barrel pouring medium. And they dry just so beautifully. And then one last one that I wanted to show you that is drying is this stretched ribbon pour. And this is with that apple barrel pouring medium and apple barrel paints, the same colors. And this video is coming out in a couple hours. I just have it uploading now. So this video is a stretched ring pour, and the background is with Payne's Gray. And this one is like 90% dried. I can see a couple areas that are still wet, but they dry so beautiful. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and hand these off to Mike to go put away for us. Oh, thank you. Hello, Janice. Hello, Navala. How are you guys doing? Yes, they dried so beautifully. And then I have one more to share, but I've got this one up on my shelf. This video will be coming out too. And this is a little bigger. I'm trying to get it all into the frame. But it is a 14 by 14 inch, and it's done with that dog bone. You know, that dog bone from the Dollar Tree that I've done a couple of videos with. But that's another one that's done with the dog bone. And this is another one, 90% dry, but this video will probably be coming out tomorrow. So, all right. But today we have just a variety of different techniques, different colors. So, how has everybody been doing? How has your week been? We've been doing real good here. We've been very busy. People are for sure shopping for Christmas orders. The Etsy, but we've been very busy with the Etsy shop, so that's been so nice. And so we've been doing lots of stuff for that. I'm going to go ahead and put a background down here. I've got this started out as I believe it's apple barrel color. I believe it was aquamarine, or I think aqua sky is what it's called. And then I added some other colors to it, so it's no longer pure aqua sky. Yes, the dog bone that Mike found when I sent him to the Dollar Tree. That's that Dollar Tree tools video. I was challenging people to go find fun, different types of tools, paint pouring little things from the Dollar Tree. So that's super fun. And I've done I think about four, I think, paint pours with that bone. And it's such a surprising, that was probably the most surprising out of the things that we got in that different tools, ladles, just a baby bottle. I did all kinds of different stuff with different surprising stuff from the Dollar Tree, but the dog bone, that's a fun one. That video will come out tomorrow. And then that stretched ribbon is today. So here is, it's kind of, I don't know, like a aquamarine color. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a blown, actually, you know what? I've got this little we're going to do a bottle bottom, just a small one. This is a 6 by 6 inch canvas. This is Craft Smart Plum. This is Craft Smart Rose. This is Apple Barrel's Tropic Orange. Cheap Paints Magenta. We're almost got enough there because this is only a 6 by 6 inch canvas. This is Apple Barrel Pink Eraser. And now I'm going to put just a little bit more of some of the same colors back through. Oh, Novala's getting ready for a craft fair. Oh, I'm kind of jealous. No, I'm just kidding. That is so awesome. So will you be selling art? What will you be doing at the craft fair? I used to do so many craft fairs. In 2018, I believe, maybe 2017. I can't remember. But 2017 or 18 was our big year where we did like literally, I think 12 craft fairs from Christmas. It was absolutely nuts. So we're going to pick that up very carefully. Get that moved out of the way. We're going to grab our palette knife. I'm going to wipe it off clean. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and just wipe my palette knife through here, pulling it out, and then we're going to pull it in too. But due to COVID and my immune system, I cannot do any craft fairs. Gosh, I almost want to leave it like that. Do something with the center possibly. I don't know, but it is kind of wanting to, we might want to go just a bit, just slightly, not much. Let me look and grab something for that center. I was thinking this spiced carrot, just a little bit in the center. You had forgotten how crazy it is. Oh, yes. That I do not miss all the getting ready, the prepping, and the setup and the tear down. But I miss chatting with everybody and things like that. We used to do a lot of the churches and a lot of the high schools, mainly is what I did. And I do have videos going back to like 2019, where I have my setup, where I have gone to set up my craft fair and then did a little tour around the booth and showed how I set it up and everything. So that was Apple Barrel Spiced Carrot in the center. Oh, you hope to be selling art. And your robin does beading. All right. So you decide one more time. This one is at your church. Awesome. Awesome. Well, good luck. I hope it goes great. I'm sure it will. I know I'm in a lot of like the vendor and craft fair Facebook groups. And so I have heard that they're definitely picking back up, and it's definitely everybody's getting back into the groove of things with that. So I know here in the Northwest, the craft fairs have been very busy. So just a nice, simple bottle bottom pour flower. You could also at this time take your saran wrap, or I like to take the plastic cover from the canvases and keep that and do reverse dip, like Fiona Art reverse dip. You could do that at this time, but I'm kind of just liking the simplicity of this. Now it is wanting to go this way, so I'm going to set it over here, and then I'm going to kind of try to tilt it over just a little bit. Okay, so we have a, I believe this is actually an 8-inch tile. So a little bit larger 8-inch tile. This is from actually originally from Habitat for Humanities. And so now I'm going to pour it up. It was like 5 cents or something like that. But unfortunately, our Habitat for Humanities does not sell tiles anymore. So when they did, this is one of the few I have left. Yeah, awesome. So I'm sure it's going to go great. That is, the craft fairs are really picking back up, is what I have heard. So this is Folk Arts Sea Glass, or I believe it's America. Most of those are actually the same company. They're all Apple Barrel, Folk Art, all those. I believe I got to look it up again, but majority of them, I can't remember the exact which ones, but the majority of them are owned by Plaid. So they just have different quality, you know, they're a little bit better quality, or they're a little bit, they're Apple Barrel, but I love it. I use it all. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put, that one is just not working. We're going to just take the lid off and we're going to put a little bit of both of these colors. Then I'm going to take the palette knife and kind of mix them together, but we're going to still see both, marbling of both. Then we're going to do a stretched. All right, we got lots of in there from trying to get that last of that paint off. No big deal. So, am I having internet issues? Mike says we're having a little bit of internet issues. Hopefully not too much. So, all right, we're going to do, I'm thinking, I can't decide what I really want to do here. I was going to just stretch it, but I'm thinking about go ahead and take it all the way to the edge. What I'm looking for that's not around me, maybe Mike could, I need my aquarium tubing. That's what I need. But I'll go ahead and use what I was going to do is do a blowout. But I can use my little mini world's smallest leaf blower. I'm going to go ahead and take this all the way to the edge. I was going to go ahead and stretch it, but I don't think I'm going to. So we're just going to go ahead and stretch it all the way to the edge. Let me know how the internet's doing. Hopefully it's doing all right. But so this week we're just doing various different techniques, various different colors. Now next week we are going to do a we're going to do all Christmassy paint pours. I'm going to do some ornaments. I'm going to do just some backgrounds that are Christmassy, some wood kind of cutouts from the Dollar Tree that are Christmassy, some bigger wood cutouts, not ornaments, but like wall decor. And then we will also be doing a couple of plaques that I'm going to turn into like stocking hangers. So we're going to go ahead and blow this one out. So I'm going to go ahead and do like that kind of maybe design. And I'm going to use Mike just snuck around behind me and found my aquarium tubing. So thank you, Mike. And we have our aquarium tubing. So I am going to use that. So I'm going to use similar colors, but a little bit different as well. So that was the Craft Smart Plum. This is Apple Barrel's Pink Eraser. We are going to use some of that spiced carrot. And then I'm just going to blow this out with my mouth with the aquarium tubing. Rare autoimmune, and Jack won't let me go play yet. Yes, exactly. That's when she said she was doing a craft fair. That was my first response is I'm jealous. I kind of miss it. there's parts of it I miss and parts of it I don't, to be absolutely honest. But so this is Cobalt Blue from Cheap Paint. But yeah, I can't do it either yet. We have turquoise from Cheap Paint, and then that's what we're gonna blow out. So the thing with the craft fairs that surprises me, which keeps me from doing it, everybody touches everything and they get just, it can get very crowded and a lot of people. So I have to wait. But I'm going to go ahead and just blow this gently at about a 45-degree angle, feathering back and forth, just kind of going back and forth, and catch my breath every so often. You know what? I don't think we have any silicone. Blowing that out, I don't see anything with silicone. So real quick, we're going to grab another color. We're going to go ahead. This is Cobalt Blue. I'm going to sneak just one drop. Literally, that's actually 2 drops. You need though. You don't need much. And you can stop right where you're at and go ahead and add that color with silicone and then blow that out and you'll get. Says we're buffering. The Northwest has had some crazy weather, so I'm not sure if we're buffering right now. Let me know. You don't like that touchy stuff? Yes. Oh yeah, Janice says about getting her booster shot. I am due to get my booster shot. I believe the Monday after Thanksgiving I'll be doing that. So oh, Mike's, yeah, talking about, so your ANA is your it's your blood test to see, it tests for like multiple sclerosis, lupus, a lot of the autoimmune disorders. So it came back positive but non-specific. So we don't know what we can treat, but we know that I have a terrible immune system. And then we did bone marrow biopsy, all kinds of stuff. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and blow this out. So yeah, they weren't sure if it was like early lupus, early MS, early, or just some, because I also have a rare mutation of my blood. I have the JAK2 mutation. So at that time, they weren't sure like what was going on. All right, catch my breath for just a moment, let it settle, and we'll probably come in with just a little bit of swiping at the ends of each of this one. But so yeah, this was all right after my stroke, or my second stroke, when they're trying to figure out what is going on. And so a lot of it was supposed to be followed up and try to recheck in a couple of years, but that then is when COVID hit. So we haven't rechecked a lot of the stuff we need to recheck. So now I'm going to blow out a little bit more. All right. So the orange and the pink and the different blues, the turquoise can sometimes create mud. So I have just a couple areas where I have mud. So I'm just going to go ahead with the palette knife and come in here a bit. So how is our internet doing, guys? Is it buffering? Mike said a few minutes ago it was. Hopefully it won't. It's back doing all right. Okay. I hate that. Internet issues are like the worst. I just do not like it kind of muddied up right here. So I'm just kind of honestly tucking it down in a little bit under the background. And then I'm going to blow that out just a little bit more. What I like to do here is you can come in with just like one drop here, and blow that out. But yeah, we've had some crazy rain and weather here in the Northwest. Up northern Washington, a few areas have been flooding really bad. We have not, I mean, a little localized, like tiny bit, the rivers have gone over the banks, but nothing much at all to be concerning here near us. But we got several inches a day of rain the last week or so. So, all right, this one's kind of busy. I don't know. I just, I'm going to go ahead and just tilt a little bit, see what we can do. Kind of a fun, different color combination, but I am going to go ahead and set this one aside, and I'm going to grab this other canvas, and we're going to do, another like kind of finger swipe, like from the center out. I had another canvas sitting on top of it, got a little bit there, no big deal. So we're going to go some lighter, whites here in the center. I've done 2 of them. I did a video and then I did on a live stream where I did like blues. We're going to add just a couple more colors, but it's going to be the similar, same technique. We're going to go kind of lighter in the center, coming out to a little bit. And I'm just going to swipe it with my fingers. Oh, I got to get this up just a little bit. All right, and this is a 10 by 10 inch canvas. And this is, we're just going to kind of swipe around with fingers. But the last one I did on that video and the last live stream only had blues and kind of white and turquoise. I'm going to add a couple more of these colors in there. A little bit of green even. And then I'm going to come through with my fingers. That is, I have used Apple Tart, the Apple Barrel's Blue Cotton, the Plum, Key West. The white is titanium white from Cheap Paint, and they are all mixed the same with 1 part paint, 3 parts Floetrol, and a couple of them have silicone. This blue has silicone. And let me trying to grab a couple more colors that are gonna kind of contrasting colors, but aren't going to blend totally either. This is Folk Arts Bluegrass Green, such a pretty color. This is Lavender Sachet from Apple Barrel. And then I'm going to come in with my fingers and kind of swipe through with my fingers. This is Ultramarine Blue, Cheap Paint. So on December 11th will be our little Christmas party, and I'm going to give away 3 brand new tubes of Cheap Paint. So the brand Cheap Paint, So make sure, if you can, to be here during that live stream. All right, I think I need just a little bit more here in the center, and then we'll get to swiping. And I'm just going to literally use my finger. So I'm going to swipe through, and as I'm swiping through, I'm going to kind of pay attention to, like, is it starting to muddy up? If it's starting to muddy up, then I'm going to come in and wipe my finger off with the I just have a rag here, and I'll wipe my finger off once it starts to muddy. I am just go ahead and pulling this down over the edge to the corners, and then we'll start around in more of a circular. That green looks like it had silicone. You can kind of tell. I forget every time to write down. You need to write on your bottles if you have silicone in them or not. I forget it all the time. But I can tell that the green had silicone. You can kind of tell way things are like start reacting. So I'm going to actually go into kind of the middle ground and start and go all the way out, wipe my hands, and then I'm going to go to the center and bring it to the middle. So it's going to kind of be different. I'm going to go about the middle and then come back through the center. I think I need just a little bit more paint. Started to swipe with my finger, and you can tell that it's pulling up the paint. So we need just a little bit more. And you just are literally barely swiping across. Love that spiced carrot. Hey, should I throw, I'm going to throw a little bit more of that spiced carrot in here. But not too much, just a little bit, okay? Just to give it a little bit of spice, but not too much. Okay, so you're literally just barely gliding across the surface. And this is a great example to use your turntable if you have one, but it's not a big deal. Sorry, my hands kind of covers the hole so you can't see it as well. Okay, so now I have my finger kind of covered with that blue, and because it's got a lot of silicone and really sealed up real nicely. I've purposely left. Now I'm going to come back in through here with a little bit of that blue. I'm actually going to put a little bit of a puddle of this blue down on my surface so I can dip my finger in it and get some of that blue. So now we're going to just pull this. All right, we're going to dip in the blue again. All right, I'm going to go ahead and dip in the blue and come in here just a few little spots. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and torch this real quick, and then we'll inspect. I think right in about here, we're going to bring a little bit more blue right about here. So we're going to just check it out just a moment. And I do see two tiny little bald spots. You got to make sure you have no bald spots. You've covered the whole surface. All right. All right. Yes, that pops of that spiced carrot. Oh, those are awesome. Gets bossy but loves it. Yes. Oh, you down in Sacramento County, all you have is a little bit of rain. Hey, if it's raining down there, that's awesome. You guys have had such a drought. So you are in awe of how gentle I am. That is the key with this. You really, I've been watching a lot of Bob Ross. He says, 2 hairs and some air, 2 hairs and some air. I mean, it's just barely, 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 barely. So I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit more blue here. You kind of got to let it, like I looked at chat and kind of chat a minute, because you let it kind of do its thing. It's more has kind of popped up here, but I'm not too happy with like right here. We're just going to come in a little bit right there. But Nova loves my finger paintings. Oh, awesome. Thank you. I've been having fun with these spiral ones. They've been super fun. With Mike. That reminds me of a story. I'm going to say it. Well, it involves our child, and I usually don't talk about our children, but when he was little, something he said to you about your hair. So quite a few years ago, when our son was really little, he was getting ready to get a haircut, and we were asking him different haircuts. And we asked him, do you want it this way? Do you want it that way? And he says, I want it just like daddy's, but without the M. And we were like, without the M? Yeah. He goes, yeah, daddy has an M for Mike. It was receding a little bit, and his forehead, he thought that was an M. He had an M for Mike. Thank you, guys. Thank you. But yeah, that's just one of those funny things. Kids will say the darndest things. But yeah, he said that he wanted a haircut just like daddy's, but not that M, not that receding hairline. But he thought that was intentional, and that was put in as an M for Mike. So that's one of those cute stories we'll probably tell his whole life, even though he's a big one. He's not so little anymore. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and get this moved out of the way. I've got a 4 by 12 inch canvas, one of these long, deep canvases, and I was thinking about doing a split cup. So this split cup here is from Mike's shop. And so I'm thinking about just doing similar colors as what we've been doing here. But I'm going to put some of the I'm going to put real lighter colors in the center, some warm colors towards this, and then some cooler colors. So we're going to put some of that spiced carrot and some magenta, the cheap paint magenta. So oh, your granddaughter's had a lot of rain there, and it's put the fire. Oh, that is so needed for that area. That is so awesome. Good. So that is China Blue, and that is apple barrel, blue cotton apple barrel. So I'm putting some of the lighter colors in the center, and then we're putting we're going to put our green and our blues and our cooler colors in this other side. And we do have silicone in some of these colors. So we're going to do a traveling ring pour, and we will get a little bit of cells and action like that, because some of these colors do have silicone. That was Key West, then white. I'm going to put a little bit of that. And we want some of this cobalt blue. some of the bluegrass green. This is tropical orange from Apple Barrel. No, that's too bright. I was going to grab a pink, but it was Diva Pink. That would be too bright. This is honeysuckle. Well, it needs to be shooken. It's kind of separated. I haven't used this one. Men don't waste energy on growing hair, she says. So Cobalt Blue, I'm going to put a little bit more of that carrot. This, I believe, is Honeysuckle Pink, which I believe is a Nicole's brand color. Ultramarine Blue, a little bit more of that green, and then we got to get some more lighter colors in there. Blue Cotton, China Blue, Lavender Sachet, and that'll be, we're just going to fill that. Okay, now we're going to do like a traveling ring pour down it, kind of. Oh, we do wear out our knees when our baby's in the line of fire. Yes, for sure. Yeah, that's I really like that carrot because orange is a tricky color to paint pour with. Orange can really take over, and I like it because it's not super, super bright, but it's still a brighter orange, but it doesn't, it's a little bit easier to work with. It doesn't take over as easily, but you do have to be careful because it will take over, but not quite as easily. So we're just doing, I kind of call it a wiggle pour. There's probably a better name for it, but we're literally just wiggling our way down the canvas, and then we're going to wiggle our way back up the canvas. Now, when I wiggle the way back up the canvas, I kind of slow down so I get a little bit more, kind of more of a definition of rings out of it. But we do have silicone, so we're not going to have like a super, super. Now, what I'm seeing here is, okay, we got this green and that lavender and that pink, kind of some of that orange. I'm really liking those colors together. We might do a pour in just a minute with just those colors. That looks nice. Now these do have real deep sides, so we're losing a lot of it, looks like down the side. But these canvases are so nice because the side, if you cover it real nice like this, they're a part of the artwork just as much as the front because they've got those real deep, it's almost 2 inches. I believe it's like 1 3/4 inch deep. I haven't measured it in a little while, but trying not to pour off too much of the pink. I wish we had just a little bit more of that peeking through. But I'm liking the amount of cells. So I do not think I'm going to torch it. If I torched it, we're going to get a bunch of little more cells, and I'm kind of wanting to leave it. There's going to be some cells kind of evolve on their own anyways. I'm kind of thinking it looks very like abstract coral reef, coral reef. I can't even say coral reef. That's so abstract coral reef. But yeah, that green is beautiful too. I've been trying to use more oranges, greens. I use so much blues, purples, pinks. I've been trying to kind of use more greens, more oranges, more yellows. She has 4 girls. Oh, awesome. Yes, you can worry so much. Well, hopefully they'll have a nice wet winter. I'm thinking we're going to, even down into California, I think we're going to have a wet winter. So hopefully down there they'll get plenty. Yes, those are the Michaels canvases. They come in 3 packs. They're the 4 by 12 inch gallery wrapped Michaels ones. Yeah. Get them when they're on sale. I like to get them. Sometimes they'll have buy one, get one freeze. But yeah, definitely they go on sale like very often. So if they're not on sale, they probably will be on sale like the following week. I mean, pretty much every week they're on sale. So as we've chatted, there's quite a few more cells have popped up. So I am glad I'm not torching it because my gosh, the amount of cells we would get. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and set this aside, and then I'm going to pull over another, I think, tile. So next week, we're going to do all Christmas kind of pours, and then we have then on December 11th, we're going to have a little Christmas party, and I'm going to have giveaways, and there's going to be games, and I'm going to pour some more Christmas stuff, but I'm also going to have so I'm going to decorate some cookies with some pouring frosting, and it'll be fun games and stuff. So hopefully we can get a little bit of a crowd in here, you know, a few people at least. And so that would be awesome. And then that's it for the month of December. I will not be live in the month of December. I'm looking around for a cup. I'm just going to use one of these. Ooh, look at this. Sometimes they're so pretty on the inside, but that's one I think we did a dirty pour on a different live stream. So I'm going to do some Key West. But the month of December, we're only going to be live that one time, and that's going to be during the Christmas party on December 11th. Otherwise, I'm not going to be live. So that's going to be a fun live stream, though. We've got Key West, Cobalt Blue hue, and Blue Cotton. Those are all apple barrel colors. We've got Cobalt Blue from Cheap Paint, which I have mixed a little bit of white in it. So it's a little bit lightened up color there. Then Ultramarine Blue, and the pink, I'm going to use a little bit more of that. This pink is it's kind of a reddy pink. It's honeysuckle pink. And I believe it is from Nicole's. It's either Anita's paint or Nicole's. This is that tropical orange apple barrel. And I'm just going to do a dirty pour here on this tile. We don't need too much. It's just a 6 by 6 inch tile. Have your calendar marked. Awesome, awesome. So pretty. Oh, thank you, thank you. So I think I'm just going to put a little bit more, and then we're going to just, I'm going to just do regular old dirty pour, just ribbons all around. All right. Now we're going to stretch that out. I think I used a little too much blue, but I like it. I mean, it's nice. But I think we could have used just a little bit less of that cobalt blue. I was worried about not having enough paint, and I think we ended up with plenty of paint and did not need to add quite so much of the cobalt blue. My gloves are covered in paint. They get very sticky. Not sticky, but slippery. But I do have a series that I did in 2019 that was all Christmas paint pours. And that is a great example if you want to see a bunch of Christmas paint pours. I did a Christmas paint pour of Santa's beard. I did trees and wreaths, and I did little terracotta gumball machine ornaments that I poured on. So cute. I made little tiny terracotta pots that I glued a Christmas bulb on and made them into like little they looked like gumball machines, but they were ornaments that I poured on. So yeah, I have a series at 2019. It was called I believe it was just Christmas, 30 Days of Christmas, I think it was called. It's 30 Days of Christmas. All right, we're going to set this one aside. I have now another 10 by 10 inch. Oh, sorry about that. Let's get this in focus. It'll focus with my hand. It's when I trade out the paintings, it just does not like those plain white surface there. All right. Now this one, I would like to do a stretched ribbon pour. But I think what colors, I know I had just mentioned, I said, oh, I like those colors. We got to do a pour. Some of these just don't want to work for us today. All right. So what I mean by stretch ribbon is I'm not going all the way to the edges. I'm going to spread this around a little bit, but I've got a nice puddle here that I'm going to do ribbon pour into, and then I'm going to stretch that out to the edges. And then, so we have this one we're going to do. Let me wipe off my palette knife. Just spread this out evenly a little bit. And then, so I have this 10 by 10 inch, and then I have a 14 by 14 inch. All right. Now, let's grab a cup. All right, we just reuse our yogurt cups over and over and over again. We're going to use some of that plum, Key West, tropical orange, blue cotton, and a little bit about this blue, but not too much. Yeah, I think I was just grabbing for the lavender when I looked up, and I think I'm going to throw some of this green in there too. But we don't need too much because we're just going to do ribbons through and then let that. Okay. Now you just kind of go at it any old direction, and then you're going to stretch it out after that. So there is a couple of colors with silicone in here. I believe the green had silicone. I'm not sure about the plum, and then I used that cobalt blue. All right. I like to go ahead and torch this before I tilt, and then I'll torch it again after a little bit. So not too much cell action. I was kind of surprised. Maybe that green does not have silicone. I am not sure, but we'll see once we stretch it out. Sometimes a few more cells. Yeah, it does not look like you can kind of tell how things are reacting, moving. I do not think the green had silicone at all, but that's okay. Some people do not like cells and do not want cells at all. I kind of, go back and forth. It just really depends on the pour. I definitely appreciate some without cells at all, but I tend to lean more towards I do like cells. Kind of like the varieties when you can manage to get a few big ones, a few little ones, a few lacing. I think that looks really cool when you can get a variety. But it really, every paint pour is different. Some look really nice with cells and some not so much. So I'm really liking this one. We have just got a few, and that's all right. I like that. We're going to go ahead and torch it. We might get a few more, but I don't think we'll get too many on this one. So, all right. And then our last one, I have a 14 by 14 inch canvas here. And I'm actually thinking about doing, I have this here, or I wasn't sure what, I can't decide if I kind of want to do this guy. I can't think of the, world's smallest leaf blower. For some reason, I could not think of what he was. All right, so that green and that lavender and that pink, I think we'll do another pour, maybe another time with those. This is a good, I like this, how this turned out, but it's not a good example of just those colors. I like how they turned out in the split cup. I might future do a split cup with just the green, the lavender, and the pink. That would look real nice, but maybe we'll do. I can't decide. I can't decide if we'll do a split cup here, but I have a 14 by 14 inch canvas. What's going on? Oh, I thought you were saying something. Mike wasn't saying anything. I was hearing things. All right. I've got my mucky hands, got it a little bit dirty, but that's not a big deal. I'm grabbing some yogurt cups to use here as our corners. And so we'll grab some of these. There's one for that corner, one for that corner. And we just need one more and we're good. Oh, we're getting everything all over. Okay. But this is our last one for today. This 14 by 14 inch. So what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? We'll be live again on Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving. But we're not doing much of anything. We're staying home again this year. We're just going to have just our little family and that's it. So what are you all doing? Sorry, that looks terrible. I got it all mucked up with my hands. Let me wipe them clean again. I think we're going to pull out our black on this one. Let me go ahead and pull this out so we have a little bit. Sorry, guys, it's going to get a little bit fuzzy for just a moment so we can get a better. All right, get this all in the frame the best we can. All right, so we're going to do black background here on this one. And then I'm going to do a blown. I can't decide. I can't decide if we should do this guy, but we've kind of, I mean, it does ribbon. It kind of does the same look as what we just did. So we get a nice layer of black down. This does not have silicone. It's just mixed up just like all of our others. This is Cheap Paint Mars Black. But we need to get a 14-inch canvas, so we need quite a bit. Do you guys put up a Christmas tree? We have put up our Christmas tree already. We like to put it up early. I know some people, that's kind of controversial, and not everybody. This is kind of early for some people, but yeah, we've already put our Christmas tree up. We did it this past weekend. Actually, we just finished last night getting it all the way done. It takes us a few days. We do, our decor is all blues and whites and silvers, with the added, few other, not everything, it's not 100%, but I would say most of it is blues, white, silver. Just getting this spread about. And honestly, I think I'm going to do a swipe. I'm going to do a palette knife swipe. After getting this all down, that's what I've decided. So I am going to go ahead and do blue. So I'm going to swipe it just down the center, a little bit over here and a little bit over here. So that is that cobalt. Oh, got to run. Cat in the beads. Oh, no. Yeah, got to get to the kitty. Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much for coming by. You better get the kitty. Yes, that'll make a mess. And we don't want the kitty to get the beads. All right, so we had Key West, we had Cobalt Blue here, or no, I think that was Ultramarine Blue. We're going to use some of that Cobalt Blue, but that was Ultramarine. This is Pink Eraser Apple Barrel. Some of this pink. Some of the Lavender Sachet. I think I'm going to throw in some of this, just a little bit, not a ton of that Tropical Orange. And yes, I'm getting drops, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. You can get those. Now this is Craft. This was, no, Nicole's Margarita. And I'm going to put just a little bit of purple. This is Permanent Violet from Cheap Paint. Oh, I said Cobalt Blue, so we're going to just throw some of that down. We got plenty, don't we? But that's got our silicone, so we definitely want to get some of that out. All right. So now we're just going to take our palette knife and just swipe right through that. Hey, your girl Shay, how are you doing? It's been a minute. How are you? So this is kind of our grand finale. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paint pours. This is our 7th one today. So now we're just going to gently swipe through. It's been a minute, Shay. How are you doing? All right, gonna wipe my palette knife. Gonna go ahead. I might swipe back through that. We're gonna go ahead and come down through the middle. We can blow out the edges too, and it'll really make it pop. All right, let me go ahead and come back in. I'm gonna wipe up the palette knife, come back in just a few of these spots. All right, we're gonna go ahead. But yeah, we put our tree up way early, but we put it up this weekend. A lot of times we got into that habit from doing craft fairs. We would be so busy during craft fair season that we would get it up early and just be done with it. There we go. Oh, and then I drip right through it. That's okay. I can fix that. Cell explosion. Yes. I'm just got aquarium tubing. Just going to gently come in here at the edges. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and just give it a little bit of torch. I'm going to give a little bit of a torch. I'm going to give a little bit of a torch. I cannot even speak today. I don't know what's up. It almost looks like stained glass, like stained glass galaxy kind of look to it. So I am going to gently go ahead and get a little bit of elbow room here. Just gently. Because that black has really swallowed up a little bit of those colors. We used quite a bit of color. We should be seeing a little bit more pop up through. So you can just gently stretch it out and a little bit more will kind of start peeking up through. Not too much, but a little bit. This one would look cute. Then take some white and you take some white or even some of these lighter like China blue or something like that and water it down a whole bunch where it's real nice and thin. Dip like a paintbrush, I mean a toothbrush in it. I don't have one right here. I would show you guys, and it might be a better effect to do afterwards. And then you just a little bit of paint brushes. But what I am actually going to come in through with this one is I'm going to show how you can add glitter on after when it's, I'm going to literally put some glitter in my hand and pour it over the, I mean, not pour it, but blow it over the surface. Real gentle, just a little bit of glitter. I kind of want to go two colors as well. I have two colors here. I have a pink glitter and a turquoise. I'm going to put a little bit of each in my hand here. Just a little bit. Glitter just gets everywhere though. So just a little bit, and I'm going to gently blow this across the surface, giving a little bit of glittery galaxy. But then you can also, what I was saying is take just watered down a real light, like white or one of the real light blues and kind of, I'm going to try to mix that with my finger a little bit. So we got some blue and we got some pink glitter. Just a little, not too much. A little bit goes a long way. But I'm just going to blow this across the surface real gently. And you got to be careful what's around you because they're going to might get some glitter on it as well. So I'm going to try not to get glitter on all my paintings. But you could also give like a star effect with a little bit of watered down paint is what I was saying. But all right, you just literally blow it gently across the surface. Starts raining glitter. But that's how you can add some glitter to an already, I mean, a wet piece. Now, if it's already dry, you can add glitter by putting a layer of Floetrol down and then adding the glitter in with the Floetrol. So I added just a little bit more into my hand. I want to do this over here, doesn't have much. but a little bit does go a long way. You don't want an absolute ton. See, a little bit kind of landed right there, a little too much. That's okay. You could just leave it. I'm just going to leave it because I am going to come in with some white paint later. All right. Get these lids on these glitters before I knock them down, because my God, what a mess that would be. So just a second, I'm going to show you a little bit. So I grabbed a paintbrush. I like to use actually a, what's better to use is a toothbrush, but I grabbed a paintbrush. I have a tile here. I'm going to put a little bit of paint here on the tile, that China blue, and then I'm going to water that down. Okay, now I'm going to mix that water with my, I've taken my gloves off. My hands are all from having the gloves on. So way watered down. Now I'm going to flick, but it's not going to give the most, but I really think the way to do this is with a toothbrush, but we're going to do just experiment with just a little bit, with just getting bigger and bigger flicks. But toothbrush gives you better. You just kind of through the bristles of a toothbrush. You just do this with like a watered down color. We'll do just a little bit more and then we'll be done. You dislike it so much. It's beautiful, but I probably should have left it alone. Is that what you don't like glitter? What is it? Okay, I think that is plenty there because you can really overdo that. Mike says he dislikes glitter. I honestly, I probably will only use up the glitter I already have, but glitter is so bad for the environment. So I probably will not buy more glitter in the future, but I'm very careful to just use a little bit and not try to get it everywhere. So it's not going into the garbage as much, and definitely not going down into our water system as much possibly. No glitter. I kind of figured that's what it was. But I wanted to show an example of how I like to put glitter on with the painting still wet. But yeah, I mean, it's personal preference. Some people just really dislike glitter. Some people like it way too much and go way overboard with everything glittered up. It's kind of funny. We've got a lot of glittered Christmas ornaments, Christmas stuff, and oh my God, the mess of getting Christmas set up. Yeah, I was disliking glitter this weekend, sweeping up all that. It just gets everywhere. But so I've used it very sparingly. But yeah, I mean, it's definite personal preference. I personally like it in this painting, but I can see where, yeah, I could definitely have just stopped and left it the way it was. Yeah, I noticed he has a little bit of glitter in his beard. Mike does. Oh, you had it in your eyes once. Yes, I can only imagine that. Yes. Glitter in your eyes would be miserable for sure. And it just gets everywhere. It's the herpes of the craft world. I've heard that before. So, anyways, but all right. This was kind of our grand finale. Let's get it a little bit more. Ooh, we're going way off. But yeah, kind of a grand finale, kind of glittery. I do like the combination of the two glitters, though, the two different colors. But that was it for today, though. We did 7 paint pours. Now, next week will be Christmas themed. It will be no glitter, but some sparkly paints. I did get some green extreme sheen and some red extreme sheen. So a lot of shimmery metallics, but no glitter next week. So we'll be doing some ornaments, some larger, like 8 to 10-inch wall decor from Dollar Tree that's wood that we'll paint on. It's Christmas themed. I was going to paint pour on some plaques and show you how to turn those into like a stocking hanger and ornaments. And so next week will be Christmas, all Christmas paint pours. I have gold on the way from Hobby Lobby. I did another hobby. I hate putting money to that business and supporting Hobby Lobby, but I had to order a few things. And so I threw another gold in my cart, ordered at Hobby Lobby. So yeah, kind of an abstract kind of galaxy to end with. I do like when you flick the white on, or actually we used a real light blue, almost white color, but you get a little bit better of a flick of white if you water down some paint and then use your toothbrush, like an old toothbrush. Not one you're currently using, obviously, but an old one. So, all right, we have next week's live stream, and then we have December 11th coming up. I'm super excited to have our little Christmas party live stream. I'm even going to try to figure out some copyright-free Christmas music to have real low, mellow going. I'm hoping to find some. We'll see if I find some copyright-free stuff that we can have playing during a live stream. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. Today's favorite of mine was, let me show you this one. This was my favorite of the day. But all right, so time flies when we're having fun. It always goes by quick. It takes me a minute to get going and get in my comfort zone, but then once I get talking, get painting, it always goes by quick. So, all right, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for your support. I really, really, really appreciate each and every one of you. I truly mean that. I appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have an awesome rest of your week. I have that stretched ribbon paint pour coming later today. That video will be out. Tomorrow will be that dog bone paint pour. So the next few videos will still be those real bright apple barrel colors with the apple barrel pouring mediums. So, all right, thank you so much. You have an awesome rest of your day. You have an awesome week. I appreciate you guys so much. And be the change you want to see in the world. Be the change you want to see in the world. All right. Have a good one. Thank you. Thank you.